Um, no. It was court. You go on him now?
The epitome of ride or die love used to be Papoose and Remy Ma. Everyone believed in that genuine, unbreakable kinship because of them. Papoose was renowned in addition to being devoted. He married Remy while she was still incarcerated, kept her down as she served 6 years in prison, and continuously flaunted her as the queen he thought she was. He took center stage at every interview and appearance, boasting about her as if it were his full-time job. That's real love right there, others thought as they gazed at them. However, that fairy tale is now coming tumbling down brutally. The rumor is raging, and the street murmurs have escalated into full-fledged drama. People have been accusing Remy Ma of having an affair with battle rapper Easy the Block Captain for months, and it appears that Pap finally had enough. This is not only trivial gossip, it's developing into a major controversy. Remy's enthusiasm was lacking, despite her best efforts to remain composed and stop the conversation. Tense, defensive, and quickly picked up on by the supporters. Detectives on social media set to work dissecting her messages, rewinding interviews, and looking for any indication that anything wasn't right. And it took off when Pap and Easy eventually met at a business function. The word is that things quickly became quite nasty. Witnesses said that the tension burst when Easy and Papoose locked eyes, and Pap swung before security could even blink. And not only a little altercation, Easy reportedly took a devastating knockout punch and fell to the ground. That is known as standing on business. But believe me, the fight wasn't the end of it. From then on, things became much more complicated. Easy and Remy Ma's supposed liaison. Not only did the block captain ruin her marriage, but it also rocked the rap industry as a whole. You could sense the tension in the air as Easy was publicly chastised for playing around with Pap's wife during a big rap fight. In addition to being embarrassing, the controversy was harmful, and neither of them got away with it. Once commended for her faithfulness, Remy began to receive serious side eyes. People were incredulous. That picture of her as Pap's ride or die.
Pap?
Seeing that Remy Ma wants Papoose back doesn't really surprise me. He was a true definition of that's a good man, Savannah, and I don't know if she thought the grass was green on the other side, but considering that he got a new girlfriend, I think you might have to stay over there.
Gone, fans quickly lost interest. Easy's predicament did more than simply damage her reputation. Seems to have thrown her entirely off course. And just when many thought things couldn't get much uglier, news broke that she was dating another rapper by the name of Bad News. Indeed, it is correct. However, this new circumstance didn't endure either, like her relationship with Easy. The flaws in her marriage to Pap were now too visible to overlook while everyone was looking. Papoose remained silent and elegant, but his movements were quite clear. He began reducing his distance from Remy, and soon after, he was seen with a new person. Here's the twist, though. She is a professional boxer and Pap's new girl. Yes, you heard correctly. Although she is quiet and uninterested in making a scene, she has genuine hands. The true joke is that Papoose is shining out there. He appears to be choosing himself at last, after years of being the loyal husband who always prioritizes Remy. Pap is currently living his best life and lighting brightly, and his admirers are adoring every moment of it. However, all of this turmoil intensifies the pain of Remy's claimed betrayal. When she was at her lowest, Papoose gave it her all. Not to mention that he called her to be married while she was still incarcerated. Remained faithful for a full 6 years. He worked hard to help them start over once she returned home. In addition to being by her side, he proudly held the crown of love and hip-hop, serving as a symbol of black love. This entire thing feels like a smack in the face because of this. To everyone who had faith in their love story, not just him, the twist. The person Remy allegedly had a side affair with was employed at the business she and Pat co-founded. That's crazy. Their reputation as a power couple was destroyed. Former supporters are now left feeling disappointed and perplexed. This is where things become trickier, though. Papoose wasn't entirely innocent, according to some people. While Remy was still serving his sentence in 2017, there were reports that he may have also stepped out. One woman even said that she and her father had a kid. He quickly shut it down and revealed that she had fabricated the entire affair, replete with receipts in order to gain influence. Nevertheless, the rumors persisted despite the fact that that particular assertion was shown to be untrue. Some admirers began to question whether he had any more secrets. People supporting Remy are now using the anecdote as ammunition, arguing that perhaps she wasn't the only one who messed up the marriage.
How you feel about the situation between Papoose and Remy Ma?
They both cool with me. Like, I knew Papoose for years, over 15 years. Knew Remy for over 15 years. So I just wish them the...
Remy Ma, meanwhile, is not at all weathering this split well. Rumor has it that she has been utilizing phony Instagram profiles to stalk Pap's new girlfriend, and has even sent threats through direct messages. Despite the fact that Pap's new girlfriend is a professional boxer, sis is out here discussing throwing hands. This cannot be made up. The entire situation is rife with instability, envy, and some really poor decisions. Ray is acting like she's auditioning for a dirty TV movie rather than keeping things tasteful and moving on, making every effort to agitate the situation and disturb Pap's new atmosphere. However, this is where things become much more intricate. Together, they have a small daughter. Additionally, Papoose is making a concerted effort to maintain harmony for her benefit. He does not wish for his child to grow up witnessing her parents' chaos on timelines and blogs. He is not attempting to create that legacy. Remy is constantly bringing up the subject, acting as though she simply cannot handle his being content without her, while Pap has been remaining composed and attempting to stay above the commotion. Fans are beginning to realize that it's giving off a nasty vibe. Remy has often rejected the infidelity claims, claiming they are untrue and exaggerated. But her aura hasn't exactly been supporting her. Having that protective attitude is simply raising suspicions. She's not telling us stuff like, everyone is watching now, because the drama is louder than her denial. Fans are fully supporting Papoose now that he is at last living in peace. He is worthy of this respite from the turmoil after years of keeping it together for Remy. But although Pap is starting a new chapter in his life, Remy remains trapped in the past, behaving as though she is unable to accept the reality that he has truly moved on. This is when the situation becomes tragic. Her son's current legal troubles are having a very negative impact on her. Reality is starting to set in. She is beginning to realize how much she had taken Pap's allegiance for granted. He was the one who stayed by her side no matter how things became. Everything was collapsing. He was her rock. Remy is clearly experiencing the pain of choices now that Pap is truly gone. Rumor has it that she is struggling without him. Additionally, with his new girlfriend, at this point, Remy has been, if necessary, let's face it though, Pap's new girlfriend is a skilled fighter. This is not the person to tamper with it. It seems as though Ray is attempting to cause trouble, remain in Pap's realm, and disturb his tranquility. In actuality, though, it isn't working. Papoose has made it apparent that he is done with the old mess and has been keeping a distance from his new girlfriend. Nothing is able to drag him back into the turmoil. Pap's always handled himself with dignity, and these days he is concentrating on his daughter's peace and creating a strong foundation. He's serious about this new connection. Remy can't get off course with only his games. His admirers are cheering him on, pleased that he is at last prioritizing himself and eschewing theatrics in favor of personal development. In the meanwhile, the internet has been brutal in its criticism of Remy. Many people are criticizing her in the comment sections for all that has happened. She appears so innocent for a lady who was mostly responsible for breakup, according to one commenter.
Only believe that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because talking.
And many people are echoing the same idea. Let's face it. Furthermore, her hypocrisy is being criticized by her supporters. Like, after everything that transpired, how are you going to get in the way of Pap's new venture? Rhee's actions are now beginning to resemble a scream for attention more than anything else. Pap remains focused on his objectives while she is busy hiding and launching bullets. No drama, no distractions. He has been loving his new queen while maintaining a courteous yet strong that he has moved on. And it is being devoured by fans. People are stating that Pap escaped a gunshot and the glope is real. Ray, meanwhile, is still dealing with the fallout from choices that cannot be reversed. After cheating on a man who gave you everything and then pretending to be astonished when he moves on, the internet isn't letting her forget it. Yes, people have had enough. It was perfectly summed up by one user. Don't bother that chap. Allow him to be content. And it's not only them that feels that way. Another commenter was spot on. How do you publicly dissolve your family? You're upset that your ex-husband found someone else after hooking up with the person you cheated on. Remy is taking all the fire and the internet isn't holding back. Clear and loud. People are hoping Papoose will continue to prosper and put the turmoil behind him. Regarding Remy, the majority of people are ignoring her and doubting the decisions that brought her to this point. Without a doubt, this entire incident is a lesson. A practical reminder that love is more than merely turning up when things are going well. When it matters, loyalty must be respected. Pop threw everything at that woman. His name, his heart, and his time. However, even the strongest man has a limit. He is now demonstrating to the world that peace triumphs over disorder, and that sometimes the true transformation is realizing when to let go. That concludes the tea. How do you feel about Remy and Pap's entire situation? Is this the end of the story? Or is there any hope for the future? If you're weary of the drama and here for Pap's makeover, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.